आई मला बोर होतंय. मी कधी मोठी होणार? मी कधी मनात येईल तेव्हा मनात येईल तसं वागणार? Hi, I'm Shariu. Welcome to my new page, A Mommy's Two Cents, where we're going to talk about a new mom's perspective on literally everything under the sun. लहानपण देगा देवा मुंगी साखरेचा रवा is something that my mom used to say when I used to pester her with all of these questions. Those words didn't make a lot of sense back then, only to realize that as you grow old, all you want to do is become a child again. You know, if you don't have a baby, Children's Day is just another day and date in your calendar. Like, as kids, there was such a big hoopla around this whole day. You know, there was an air of excitement around the whole Children's Day celebration at school. School में toffees मिलती थी. There used to be a performance put up just for you, where I think probably in most schools, teachers used to perform for the students, go on stage, do something silly to make kids laugh. And I think once you left the school campus, this day just sort of lost its importance, let's say, you know, for the lack of better words. एंड बीच में कभी कोई ट्रेंड आया होगा जब आपके बचपन की पिक्चर आप इंस्टाग्राम पे पोस्ट करके बोल रहे हो हैप्पी चिल्ड्रंस डे. एंड आई थिंक दैट्स अबाउट इट एंड लाइफ मूव्ड ऑन. बट वंस यू बिकम अ मॉम, a child, a small baby, a thunderstorm of a child in my case, just enters your world, and suddenly this particular day and date starts regaining its importance in your life. You just suddenly start feeling like, okay, this is a special day because now I have my own child. I want to celebrate Children's Day to make him feel special. You see your child sitting on the floor playing with blocks or dancing like a monkey on some silly, probably a bus horn that's just passing by, or just, you know, silly giggling for no reason. And you're so, I mean, you're so grown up and so effed up in your head that that kind of irks you up sometimes, and it just makes you feel like, you know, can you just not keep quiet? But instead of that, what about we just give in to his whimsy for a moment, for his idea of fun, just become one with him for a moment and just laugh it off and say, it's okay, you know, let's have fun. Wow, what is it that you're doing? You know, you will see that your child's face just transforms into this shooting star. When was the last time that you actually became one with your kid and had a lot of fun? When was the last time that you actually became a child, with your little baby, and had the kind of fun that he is having, imitating him, or probably just silly giggling over something extremely silly? I don't remember because, you know, as a mom, you're so stuck up with a to do list of chores that having fun is nowhere on that list. I'm not even saying that it's last on the list, it's just literally absent, just struck off. Because you're so overwhelmed with your routine, khana banana hai, ye karna hai, wo karna hai. In case of working moms, there's also that other workload that's coming on, plus managing a house, plus doing everything, that you just forget to schedule a fun and a happy time in your whole day. We are so caught up being responsible with our to-do list of chores that there's barely anything that makes you feel alive and makes you feel happy on the inside. When was the last time that you actually had fun? Not supervising, not correcting, not following a routine, just becoming their age, just becoming ridiculous, just becoming one with them in whatever it is that they are doing, and experiencing pure joy for a moment for even your own heart and healing. As I was entering my baby school today, I was about like 15 minutes late to the school, okay? And this is not regular school that I'm talking about. It's a different school, especially the course that I've enrolled Laddu in. I'll elaborate on that later. But as I was entering the hallway, I could hear echoes of, you know, laughters, like hundreds of kids laughing their hearts out, silly giggles, extremely chaotic. When I entered, I saw that there was a magic show that was going on as a part of the Children's Day celebration at his school, you know. And, you know, we all also had to, the moms also had to stay back and see this whole celebration for a while. And you could see the kids, their eyes twinkling with wonder, and they were just amazed at, you know, how the magician was showing probably the simplest, the silliest of tricks, but it was so cute to watch them in awe and wonder of what was happening. Like they had just lost it. They were laughing so hard. It got so difficult to continue the show after a while because their constant loud laughter was interrupting everything. But it was so cute. When was the last time that you have felt something like that? Like, you know, when was the last time that you have been in awe and wonder of something around you? When was the last time that you have felt pure, unadulterated joy in something that you did, something that you bought, something that you felt, an experience, a possession, whatever? But when was the last time that you've actually felt something so deep in your heart? Like, not forced, not for Instagram, not for likes, not for views, just pure awe, pure wonder, pure happiness. When was the last time that you genuinely felt that way? Happy Children's Day. When was the last time that these words actually made you happy? When was the last time that somebody actually came and wished you Happy Children's Day? When was the last time that you actually felt that kind of joy that you felt as a child when there was an anticipation around a Children's Day celebration at school? When was the last time that ever happened to you? Today, as a part of Children's Day celebrations, they actually, gifted kids this particular straw. Now, it's just a straw for an adult, but for a toddler, the amount of happiness, like insane bliss on their faces just lit up when, the teacher handed over these straws to them. And I was just left wondering when was the last time that I actually felt this kind of joy. I have all the freedom in the world. I have money in my bank account. I have the access to actually go out and buy whatever I want. So, what is holding me back? What is stopping me from buying something that genuinely makes me happy? No matter how whimsical or how stupid anybody thinks it is. As adults, I think what you do is stop giving in to that whimsy. You just stop believing in magic and start finding a rationale and logic behind everything that you're doing. But why? Is it really necessary? किसी ने कोई rule book बनाया है क्या कि magic में believe ही मत करो? Don't give in to whimsies. Don't believe in fantasies. सारा बचपन ये सोचते सोचते बीत गया कि मैं बड़ी कब हो जाऊंगी, मैं मनमर्जियां कब बनूंगी, मुझे जो करना है, मुझे जब करना है वो मैं कब करूंगी. Only to realize that adulting is not at all like that. It was way better off when we were kids, playing with your Barbies or, making clay figurines, messy clay figurines, but, still having fun. Kids teach you that it literally takes nothing to be happy. A straw, a sticker, a bubble, a random leaf, a weird sound that somebody is making, or probably just a car passing by blowing horn. And maybe that's the real secret. Joy isn't expensive, it's just honest. And you just have to look for it in places that you'd probably just ignore just because you're an adult. Like happiness is everywhere if you're willing to look. You've probably seen it in any kid's eyes, whose eyes are always filled with awe and wonder, just shining bright like a twinkling light. They just stop and stare and smile at every tiny thing that comes their way. This Children's Day, do this one thing just for yourself. Eat something that you shouldn't. Dream something silly. Believe in magic. Be whimsical. Dance on the floor just because. Buy something small that makes you smile. Laugh for no reason at all. Just stare into the sky and wonder what shape that cloud is like. Play with your kid like you're their age, not their parent. Take them to a toy store, buy something. I've realized that probably the most joyous place in the world right now for me is a toy store. Because when I go to the toy store, of course, I see toys for my baby as well, but I actually go and visit the Barbie section or, all of these cutesy little toys. They just make me feel so happy on the inside. And suddenly, when I'm walking out of that store, I realized I'm probably still that same girl who's craving for a nice Barbie or, a very cute toy. But just that I'm like probably this child now with gray hair and stretch marks on her body. So it's Children's Day today, and this is your sign to go and spend some time with your child without your phone, without your laptop, without a to-do list on your mind. So this is my water because adulting, and this is Laddu straw. And today I'm choosing whimsy. Who says adulthood can't have some sparkle? Happy Children's Day!